Hi there, welcome back. So straight into the video today. There's no kit to show you. All we're using here is some scrap paper or paper that we've got left over. So you can use any kind of paper apart from really thin paper. I wouldn't use tissue paper, and I wouldn't use any paper that's thick, so no cardstock either. So something that's in between will be great. This is just some printer paper that we had left over. So this is Wayne doing the demo as well today. He's got these, I think, are what they call foolscap size or A4 size sheets of paper. He's folded each of them down the middle. Okay, can you see that? Hopefully you can see that vertically. And then he's folding them in again on themselves, creating a small overlap in the middle, and then just making sure that you've got some nice firm creases. So there we go. As he'll show you now, we've got a little bit of an overlap. Up to you if you have it overlapping to the left or the right, completely up to you. We're going to take some PVA glue and we're going to apply it sparingly along the edge of one of the sides of this paper, like you can see him doing there. And then we're literally just going to fold the other piece of paper down onto it. Smooth it out. Now don't go mad with the glue. Tiny bit of glue, very sparingly, and then Wayne's just using a bit of kitchen paper towel just to press it down slightly, because you want it to stick together to create like an envelope sort of shape, but you don't want it to stick all the way through to itself, if that makes sense. It'll all become more clear as we go on. So he repeated this process with quite a lot of sheets of paper. He did tell me, but I'm afraid I have forgotten. It's very bad of me, but you'll see just how many. You can probably, if you want to later on, pause the video and count them for yourselves. But yes, so he repeated this process. Some bits of this video have been sped up because, you know, it's a repetitive process and you don't need to sit and watch him doing this for sort of 10 minutes at a time. But he repeated it, and as you can see there, we've got quite a lot of these pieces of paper that have all been folded and glued. So the best thing to say to you is don't take any more than 4 pieces of this paper at once. He's just lining them up, making sure they're all the right way around. There we go. And then once he's happy with it, he's going to make sure that they are all with the edges together. And then there we go, as butted up together and as possible. We've got small bulldog clips. Now these really are miniature, up to you what size you use. You could use paper clips if you wanted as well, and this just helps to keep all the pieces of paper up together. And this is another reason why we said don't do any more than 4 at once, because you're going to be cutting this paper, so it's already quite thick. Make sure you've got a sharp pair of scissors to hand, the craft scissors. Don't use your best dressmaking scissors. But there we go. So he's got 4 of these lovely little clips to hand. And now what he's going to do, just going to use a regular pencil. So this is a regular HB pencil. If you are confident with drawing out shapes and designs, you don't have to use a pencil. You could just cut it with the scissors, or you could use a Sharpie pen. Whatever you happen to have to hand, because you're not going to see this. So he's drawn this rather lovely pattern, sort of scalloped edged pattern, and he's using a very sharp pair of scissors just to cut the pattern out. He's just going to disregard the smaller piece because you don't require the smaller section of paper, so that's the bit on the top, so that's above where he's cutting. He's going to disregard that because he doesn't need that for this project, but we will keep it, because you never know when these things are going to come in handy. And crafters, you know what we're all like. You tend to keep all the little bits and pieces because you never know. You never know when it's going to come in handy and you might want it. So nothing to stop you from using coloured paper. You could maybe, we've not tried this, but you could perhaps use wrapping paper. So with all the designs that are out with the lovely festive themed papers and so on, you could try using those. Obviously you don't have to restrict this to the festive season. It could be for any time during the year, and you could pick your paper, or pattern paper, appropriate to whatever season of the year it is or occasion. You can make them in whatever size you want. We just used this size because this was the size of paper that we had. So now what he's doing is he's using that PVA glue, and he's getting each piece. So he's got 4 pieces cut like this at the moment, and he's putting the glue down the middle. Can you see where that fold is and the overlap? He's just putting the glue down there, and then straight horizontally across the bottom as well, placing the other piece on it, exactly on it, lining up the edges, and then pressing down where the glue is again. And then again with that final piece in this group of 4, just lining it up there. If you've joined us for today's video, hello to everybody that's joined us. If you're in the live chat, hope you're enjoying this. Have you made any paper crafts for Christmas this year? If you have, why not let us know in the comments which ones you've done. Have you tried this one? I must admit, we saw this on another platform being demonstrated. So that's where we've got this idea from. This isn't one of our original ideas, but the decoration bit is. So stay watching until towards the end of the video, and you'll see what we do. So Wayne's just reapplying these little miniature bulldog clips again, just to make sure that the glue is fully in place. It gets a chance to set up completely. He then repeats this process with all the other sections, and then leaves it to one side, lets the glue completely dry out overnight. So this is the time lapse of him doing the other sections. So he's using the original one. He kept one aside that he'd cut the pattern from, and he is using that as a template then to cut out, to draw out and then cut out all the others. So he's doing them 4 pieces of paper at a time, no more than 4, because it becomes very difficult to cut them out. Obviously you can do them individually if you want to, totally up to you. There we go. As I said, you can do a different design if you want to, but this one was really good for creating a lovely 3D effect design. So there we go, in he goes, and now he's got the job of cutting them all out. This was the time-consuming bit of this, but it's nice to do something a bit different, you know. As I say, normally our channel shows you how to make things for gifts or interior decor pieces, or maybe wall art, and functional pieces of art as well, like trays and coasters and all sorts of things like that. And we tend to use epoxy resin, eco resin, UV resin, a bit of decoupage, usually a bit of gold features somewhere, whether that's gold leaf, gold paint, golden glitter, and so on. We've got a few new projects planned for the new year, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to see what we get up to, because we're going to do a bit of upcycling of some interior furniture, some beautiful cupboards that we've got, which will hopefully be going into our lounge. It's part of a home renovation redecoration ongoing project that we have. I'm sure everybody is used to that. Now, he glued all of them, let them dry off overnight, and then what he did is he then glued them all together by going down the spine there, down the middle, across, and then sticking them together. And then here he is opening them out like a fan. Look at all of those, my goodness. And then sticking the whole thing together. Now, secure that in place with the little clips if you want to. It's got to stick, and then once it's completely stuck and dried out, he moved on to the next step, where he's going to decide what of these beautiful glitters, if any, he's going to use. So he's showing you some that we have had from Jules at Resin Jules and Helena at Resin Detra Supplies. So big shout out to them. We bought these from them. We also bought that beautiful red glitter there, and the Hemway glitter. Love Hemway glitters. He's going to apply the glitter using just some white PVA glue. So we opted for PVA rather than glue gun in this particular instance. It's just easier, and yeah. So he's applied a bit of glue to the paper, and he is going in with some of that lovely brilliant white Handmade glitter. Now this doesn't produce a colour because obviously we're putting white glitter on white paper, but it gives it a little bit of sparkle. So all he's doing is he's applied the glue, remembered where he put it, and then using a miniature spoon. Now you can get these off of Amazon, or you can, if you're not happy using those, you can use your fingers and just get little pinches of little pinches of glitter and sprinkle it on. You can get a fluffy brush, make sure it's dry, dip it in the top of the the glitter pot. I keep saying glue, the glitter pot, and then just tapping it over like he's doing there with a spoon, but off of the brush if you prefer doing it like that. We're just trying to avoid getting glitter absolutely everywhere, and of course put down a piece of plastic sheeting if you want, so you can catch any of the glitter that doesn't go where you want it to. Now he repeated that process using beautiful golden glitter. The golden glitter he used is actually made by a company called Valspar. You just saw a quick snippet of it there. It's for mixing into emulsion paint to put on your wall and ceilings, but we found it's really good in resin, in molds, in silicone molds, and also mixed in with glue. So that's what Wayne has opted to do here. He's also used that beautiful red and just repeated the process that you saw him doing with the white glitter. I just think it looks absolutely stunning. So this has got quite the impact because it's on white paper. Obviously if you're using a pattern paper, you don't have to do this kind of thing. This is just what we did, gives you a bit of inspiration, maybe some ideas to have a go for yourself and create your own design, pattern, and so on. Here's a little bit of a close-up of it. Looks absolutely stunning. Look at that. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. But not to be deterred, Wayne decided that actually he wanted to add some lights. So we've got these fine string lights, which are battery operated, which he's just gluing down there with a glue gun. He secured them around the outer edge of this snowflake, this giant snowflake, and stuck the battery pack in place at the very top. Now, things we do differently: put the battery pack on the underside, not the outside of this. What he's doing there is just making a little hole in the top. Now we don't have a hole punch, haven't got a clue where it is. We do have one actually, haven't got a clue where it is. He's just making a hole at the top, making sure that he's not weakening the design. Obviously if it's going to be too heavy, you need to reinforce it at the top there before you make the little hole, putting a lovely piece of scarlet red ribbon through, and that's what we're using here to hang it up. Now this is against a deep green wall that's in our lounge, so it really gives you the effect of it. Look at that. Now that's without the lights on. By the way, hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining us today. Hi and bye to everybody again in the live chat, and if you're watching again, thank you so much for watching this with us. We really appreciate it. We will see you again in a few days' time. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you on Monday with another video. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.